If I could sit down with my 24-year-old self right before summer, I would save her so much wasted time, frustration, energy that was going towards all of the wrong things, and to be honest, was prompted by the fitness industry at the time. It was just the wrong advice and the wrong messaging. That is why I do what I do. This is truly my purpose, because for years in my 20s, I was following advice, information, trends that were not only not working for me, but not working for an entire generation. That is why you see this movement now of so many women in their 30s, in their early 40s, talk about the methods that they used to do 10, 15 years ago that did not give them the body that they wanted, made them suffer, made them frustrated, made them angry, because we were putting in, maybe you included, but I'll talk for myself, I was so upset because I was cutting carbs, I was running almost every single day, I was doing 2-a-days at the gym, I would go in the morning and again at night, and I was still puffy, I was skinny fat, and I did not have the body that I was training for and that I was putting so much time and energy towards. What I didn't know back then is looking thin and looking strong, lean, and sculpted are two completely different things. And that skinny fat phase that so many women go through, yes, I was also there. Here's the proof. So if you feel like every single summer you were putting in the effort, the work, the consistency, but your body is just not changing, I am here now to share with you 5 things that I truly wish that I knew earlier, which would have given me the results that I wanted, honestly, a decade ago. I want to make one thing very, very clear today. Fat loss is not the same thing as body recomposition. In order to recomp your body, you need muscle. So the mistake that I was making throughout majority of my 20s, even up until a few years ago, is that I was just concerned on getting small. I didn't know, and a lot of women, unless you're an expert in the space, you don't realize that you need to build muscle in order to reshape your body. So getting thin and getting lean, those are two very different things. And there are also two very different approaches. You can absolutely lose weight and still feel disappointed in how your body looks, but the chances are, if you are doing strength training, if you are working out properly, if you are following a structured program like Shape, where it is giving you the exact movements with weight that you need to do every single week, chances are you are going to get that strong, sculpted body that I know you are looking for. I honestly think that this was the biggest mistake that I made in my 20s. So if I can prevent you from continuing to do the same, if you are stuck in this loop, I am so happy that I can be a positive influence and begin to steer you in the right direction of following a formula that is actually aligned with the goals and the results that you want to see for yourself. Again, that tone sculpted look that most women say that they want to see comes from muscle. When you build your shoulder, that gives you shape. When you build your glutes, that gives you shape. Even that tighter weight illusion comes from building your upper body and your lower body in proportion. And so you create this lean, sculpted midsection. That is not done from eating a low calorie diet and going on the elliptical every day of the week. That comes from building strength. So take notes and don't forget that one. Another secret I'm going to let you in on is being active is not enough. Training to see results and being active are two completely different things, and this was something I had no idea about in my 20s. In my 20s, especially when I was in university, I was doing a spin class and then going to yoga and then going for a run, and I just thought if I could be as active as I could be, I would eventually look like the models in the magazines and the celebrities who are all stick thin. Seriously, that is what I thought. It makes sense, 1 + 1 = 2. If I do this, I will get that. But that is not the case. You need to be training with a progressive, program, again, coming back to that, you need to be doing strength training for women. It is so important. It is so crucial. I love incorporating strength training with Pilates. So that is what we do on my app Shape. It is 3 days of strength training a week, 2 days of Pilates. We do a lot of stretching. We do a lot of mobility because that is something that a lot of people skip over because they just want to see the results. But mobility and flexibility is part of the equation. If you have a tight, stiff, tense body, you are not going to be able to do movements properly, move through proper ranges, and really optimize the time and the effort that you are putting into exercise. And by the way, being active, I'll never hate on anyone. I always say this, doing any type of movement. If you're working out with a friend or you're going for a run, that's amazing. You're improving your mood, your energy. You're maybe spending time with a friend. If you're going to a workout class with them, you're getting community, social time. But just because you're active doesn't mean that you are going to be able to reshape your body. And I know I already touched on this, but this is a little bit of a different point because before we were talking about working out for fat loss. This is just like working out and spending time and energy towards overall movement and also not getting those results. If you are going to spend time outside of your strength training and your low impact Pilates, I want you to put that time towards daily steps because that is such a great, effective, and easy fat loss tool that is completely underrated and something that anyone, of course, you have an able body, can incorporate from anywhere. Because in the past, I was constantly expending energy doing all the activities, all the things, and my results were getting nowhere. I don't want you to make that same mistake. I did not realize that inflammation was changing how my body looked. I don't think in my 20s, inflammation was even a word in any of our vocabularies. When I was puffy, bloated, tired, I just thought that that was associated with life. I don't know, like I didn't even connect the dots that my partying on the weekends and drinking 3 or 4 times a week and having an inconsistent sleep cycle and having like a bunch of processed foods and protein bars every day and having a shitty diet, like I didn't realize that that equated to having inflammation because no one was talking about it, connecting the dots. There was no social media. Like now you can't even scroll 2 posts without seeing something about inflammation. I mean, I talk about it all the time too. What I was actually seeing from my puffy, inflamed body was overtraining, stress, poor diet, alcohol, poor recovery because I did not prioritize recovery or anything of that nature at all. And it was the inflammation that made me look completely different. You can even see it in my face. So it's not actually like fat gain or weight gain. It is inflammation in your body, and your body is holding on to excess even water weight, and that is what is giving you that soft and puffy illusion. And when you don't understand that, you start to panic. You cut more calories, you put your body in a higher state of stress. Maybe it's more cardio, more workouts, and all your body really is looking for is recovery, peace, slowing down. Like sometimes you just gotta give your body a moment. When I was able to learn and understand this was a major mindset shift because now I know the difference between actual fat gain or weight gain versus I'm just having a more stressful week and I'm more inflamed, a little bit more bloated. And that is okay because I know that I'm going to implement the habits like walking, like slowing down, that will regulate my nervous system again and help me work through these side effects of stress and inflammation that I am feeling. This next one might be controversial, but if I am completely honest with you, alcohol affected how I looked and how I felt more than anything in my 20s lifestyle. I'm not saying that alcohol is the enemy, we should never do it. I don't drink, that's not true. I drink maybe 1 or 2 drinks a week. Sometimes I take 1 or 2 weeks off depending if I have plans or what I'm doing. It's way more of an occasional thing, meaning if I'm going to a birthday, maybe I'm having some drinks, or if I'm going for dinner with a friend that I haven't seen in a while, maybe we're gonna have a spritz together. That is normal. But in my 20s, I was doing what you do in your 20s. I was partying. I was drinking box of wine. I was drinking, Smirnoff vodka, like from the bottle. I was getting white girl, wasted, like blackout. I know that's like not nice to say, but I really was getting really freaking drunk all the time. And I had a time. I had so much fun in my 20s. I would eat the McDonald's at 2 a.m. I would eat the pizza at 4 a.m. Like I was normal. Like just, these are normal things that girls in their 20s are doing, and I have zero regrets about it. But what I didn't realize at the time is that alcohol was affecting my body more than anything. It completely disrupted my gut, my microbiome, my digestion was terrible. I was bloated all of the time. I had terrible sleep, terrible recovery, and I was working out so much trying to compensate for this, lifestyle that I was living. And I wasn't even able to properly recover from my workouts because my body was just constantly inflamed. I was also so dehydrated. Electrolytes weren't a thing back then. Like we were basically living in the old ages. I don't think 20-year-olds realize now that the millennials literally lived in such a different time. It's so crazy to think about. And honestly, I wish I realized so much sooner. It wasn't the food necessarily that was holding me back. It was the surrounding overall lifestyle that I was living that was not allowing me to love my own body because I just felt like crap all of the time. So if you are someone who drinks multiple times a week and it works for you, when you feel good and you have so much energy and you're able to still see results, girl, trust me, like keep doing you. But just know that this could be a little secret, something that maybe you need to start to just like shift and change a little bit to see if it makes a bigger impact on how you look and feel. This cycle had me in a chokehold for years. When I was in university, I went for 5 years. So first year, second year, third year, fourth year, I was doing exactly what I just explained. Getting crazy, drinking McDonald's, having the time of my life, living a very unhealthy but normal 20-year-old lifestyle. In my 5th year, most of my friends graduated, most undergrads, right, are 4 years. My 5th year, I did my teacher's college, so I have a Bachelor of Education, and it was a really intense year. So I had to kind of like slow down on the partying and really dial in. And during this year, I got a little bit obsessive, not in a good way, with my diet. So basically what I was doing is I was restricting Monday through Friday. I was only allowing myself carbs either at breakfast or at dinner. I was really not eating a lot of food. I was constantly hungry. I was still working out a lot and I was hungry all the time because I was not eating enough calories. I was only eating, I discovered chicken breast. And I know it sounds crazy, but like you're in university, you're eating craft dinner. And then I discovered chicken breast and I was like, ooh, this like makes me feel good and lean. Then I got like obsessed with just vegetables and chicken breast. And then I got into this phase where I was like, whoa, I'm finally starting to see results because I'm not drinking as much. I'm starting to eat like these high protein foods. I'm losing weight. But what can happen sometimes when you start to lose weight is that it becomes, again, obsessive and not in a good way. I was restricting Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends, I was binging. During the week, I wanted to have a cookie, I wouldn't eat the cookie. I wanted to have a piece of birthday cake, I wouldn't have the birthday cake because it was Tuesday or because it was Thursday, not because it was Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But let me tell you, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, mostly I think Saturday and Sunday, I was binging. I was then having 5 pieces of pizza. I was eating half the cake. I was, having 2 donuts instead of 1. And then Monday would come, I would feel so guilty and I would restart the cycle back over. Then I would restrict 5 days. And then I would be like, oh yeah, it's the weekend, like it's cheat meal, cheat day. And I would go in. This is not a healthy cycle to live in. I was constantly trying to make up for bad weekends. I didn't allow balance like throughout the entire week, and if I could go back, that is something that I wish that I changed. Like I don't need to go balls to the wall on Saturday and Sunday. I can intertwine through Monday to Friday my little indulgences, and that is okay. The more you stress, the more that you fear food, the more that your body is going to respond not good to it all and hold on because it is scared. This cycle will keep you stuck mentally and physically. And The goal is, and I talk about this a lot, the goal always is to find that 80-20 balance. Even if it's 70-30, if it's looking like 50-50 right now, try to get to 70-30, then try to work your way up to 80-20. 80% of the week, we are eating good, healthy, clean, high protein, non-processed foods, and then that other 20%, like tomorrow I'm going out for lunch and I know where I'm going for lunch, I know the menu, and I wanna eat the lobster roll. So I'm gonna probably have a lobster roll and maybe a cocktail. And that's okay, I deserve that. I have no problem eating it. I don't think twice about it. I just keep moving. But when you live in this state where you're able to like balance between, go back and forth between the two, indulgences and whole foods versus binging and restricting, this is where you develop such a healthier relationship with food. Under a concept that I wish I understood, like I didn't even know that it was possible that you could, have a cookie on Tuesday and make dinner on Saturday and, you still feel satisfied and that you're, indulging and actually enjoying without compromising results. This is very much something that I hope you can take away from this because we want to be in a healthy cycle. So if you are stuck in that skinny fat cycle right now, I genuinely understand and I get it, especially with summer approaching. It can feel scary, it can feel overwhelming because you don't feel like you are summer ready or, as confident in your body as you would like to be. But just know you have the power to start making changes in your lifestyle right now that will lead you towards seeing the results that you are looking for. That is why I built Shape. That is why I built this community of women that feel supported, that feel accountable, that feel that they can be consistent with their daily habits because they're actually sustainable for long term. So if you want to join and check out the Shape community and jump into our next challenge, you can check out the description below. I have a little promo code for my YouTube community, so check it out there. This was more of a personal video, so I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a takeaway from it. If you have any comments or anything you want to share, again, let me know below. Thank you as always for being here, and I will see you all next time.